This is an SWX special sports presentation of the State B High School Basketball Tournaments.
The Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena, the site of State B basketball championships here tonight. 3 have already been decided. 1 more to go. It's the State 1B Girls Championship. Top-ranked Colton taking on second-ranked Columbia tonight in the State 1B Girls Championship. Hi, everybody, and welcome inside the arena. John Fritz alongside Stephanie Freeman here again for you tonight. And Stephanie, between these two teams, just 1 loss this season. Should be a heck of a matchup.
Yeah, they're both very good teams. Different styles, however. Colton, they're going to shoot a ton of threes. And then on the other side, you look at Columbia, they're only going to play about 5 players. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, but both teams are very, very good and very well coached.
Columbia comes into the game 27-1. Colton 25-0. Both these teams just rolling through the regular seasons, and it's the way it should be. The top-ranked team facing number 2 here tonight. Let's go over to Katie Steiner now for more on both of these schools.
Thanks so much, John and Stephanie. Now, Colton is a high school that's made up of 2 towns. It's the town of Colton and Uniontown as well. They are just south of Pullman. It's about an hour and a half away from here. Also, we've got Columbia, which is south as well. It's about 137 miles from the Spokane arena here. So that's the information on the 2 schools.
Very familiar schools for fans here in this part of the state, as both teams have had great success. The Colton Wildcats looking for a 4th straight state title. We'll see if they can do that tonight, or if Columbia can come in and end that run. It is the State 1B Girls Championship game, and it's right here on SWX. When we come back, we'll have the color guard and your starting lineups here. You're watching championship basketball on SWX. This portion of the game is brought to you by Red Lion Hotels, proud to be a State B sponsor here on SWX. Getting ready for our final championship game of the night between Colton and Columbia. Let's go to the public address announcer, Bob Tillia, for the color guard.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena for the 2012 WIAA Dairy Farmers of Washington Les Schwab Tires 1B Girls Basketball Championship game. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please stand for the presentation of the colors? Presenting the colors this evening, the Medical Lake High School Washington 81st Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard. Members include Cadet Second Lieutenant Tyler James, Cadet Senior Airman Mariah Monroe, Cadet Airman First Class Frederick Belgia, Cadet Airman Timothy Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and direct your attention to the court. Please welcome the 2012 Spokane Lilac Festival Dream and Reach for the Stars Royal Court. This year's 2012 Royal Court will be performing the national anthem, and they include Queen Sydney, representing Central Valley High School, Princess Alexis, representing Ferris High School, Princess Haley, representing West Valley High School, Princess Katie, representing Meade High School, Princess Linnea, representing Cheney High School, Princess Jasmine, representing Rogers High School, Princess Hannah, representing University High School. Mirroring the mission of the Spokane Lilac Festival Association, these young women maintain a very busy schedule honoring our military, recognizing the youth, and showcasing our region, logging hundreds of hours of community service during their royal reign. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as the 2012 Spokane Lilac Festival Dream and Reach for the Stars Royal Court performs the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Getting ready for the state 1B girls basketball championship between top-ranked Colton and second-ranked Columbia. These two schools come in here with a combined record of 52-1. Colton 25-0 on the season. Columbia 27-1 coming in to tonight. Their only loss of the year came to Reardon, who has already won a state championship at the two-bank ranks here tonight.
Right, face. Forward, arms. Forward, march.
Colton looking for its fourth straight state title here. This is the fifth straight time they've been in the title game here, and looking to continue that streak here tonight. The Wildcats have been just on an unbelievable run. Columbia comes into tonight's game looking to change that and start a little history of its own here tonight. Let's go back to Bob Tillia.
And now, let's meet the teams. The Colton Wildcat supporting players include number 2, Jenna Moser, Number 13, Caden Damon. Number 23, Paige Vincent. Number 32, Savannah Chadwick. Number 43, Jackie Warner. Number 44, Raylyn Smith. The Colton Wildcats starting lineup. Number 10, Haley Moser. Number 11, Peyton Meyer. Number 21, Grace Struffel. Number 24, Caitlin Druffel. And number 33, Erin Weber. The Wildcats head coach is Clark Vining. He is assisted by Afton Spence. The managers for the Wildcats: Zoe Moser, Mackenzie Druffel, Kendall Druffel, Mackenzie Kimberling, Marianne Jacobs, and Riley Vining. The Colton Wildcats. The Columbia Lions supporting players include number 20, Rachel Keedy. Number 32, Steiner Bondo. Number 44, Caitlin Jones. Number 54, Kim Hart. Starting tonight for Columbia, number 12, Lindsay Lowe. Number 14, Elizabeth LaRue. Number 22, Krista Colvin. Number 24, Mackenzie Perro. And number 30, Katie Flex. The head coach for Columbia is Mindy Flett. She is assisted by Rudy Christensen. The managers for the Lions are Gabby Singer and Jaden Flett. Girls, let's shake hands and have a fantastic championship game.
The introductions are done. We're getting ready for basketball here at the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. I love the spirit of the two teams when they're being announced. It's such a special moment to be announced here at the arena before this state championship game.
Yeah, and it's always interesting to see what they're going to do, either a simple wave or a little routine.
Had a little bit of everything there as we get ready for basketball. The top-ranked Colton Wildcats taking on number 2 Columbia. It has been an unbelievable night of basketball here at the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. And we hope we can continue it here tonight with the final championship of the night. Let's take a look now at the CenturyLink Road to the Championship. CenturyLink connecting you to what matters most for Colton. Well, the Wildcats beat Nia Bay 58-36 in the quarterfinals and then topped ACH to advance to tonight's championship game. Meantime, Columbia a winner over Northwest Yeshiva, and then a win last night in the semifinals over Sunnyside Christian to get here to this championship game tonight. And we are ready for some basketball now at the Veterans Memorial Arena as the 4th and final state championship in Spokane will be earned here tonight. The state 1B girls title. We want to remind you that tonight's tip-off is brought to you by your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota moving forward, and ball tipped out of bounds. It will be Colton basketball to begin tonight. Stephanie, I think early on, important for these teams to maybe get A little bit of the jitters out, especially for Columbia. Colton's pretty used to being here, obviously.
Right. Obviously, winning 3 championships the last 3 years, they bring a lot of experience with them, and they know the routine. They've been here before.
Moser will try the 3. That one's too strong. Rebound, though, by the Wildcats, and up and good. Peyton Meyer is on the board, and it's 2-0 Colton. Colton beat its opponents this season by an average of more than 46 points per game as Meyer comes away with it again. And here come the Wildcats. Moser with it through the middle. 3-point attempt, too strong that time, and the rebound comes down to the Lions and Pero.
And like I said, they're going to shoot a lot of 3s tonight, and it's important for Columbia to box out because long shots equals long rebounds. Yesterday against ACH, Colton took only 5 shots within that three-point line.
Turnover on the Lions, and here come the Wildcats on the run. They give it right back as Columbia takes it away. And they'll set things up, and a quick timeout here from Mindy Flett, who wants to talk about things with her Lions team. I think maybe just regrouping for a second. Okay, we got the initial jitters out. Now let's get to the game plan.
Right, like you said, this is a big experience for both of them. Colton obviously been here, but you know, you've got the fans here, the energy, the lights, the introductions. A lot's going on, but when it comes down to it, it's a basketball game.
Inland Power and Light would like to take a moment to salute all of our student athletes who are participating in tonight's game. Inland Power and Light Company, proud to be a State B sponsor. Lions inbound and turn it over. Here come the Wildcats. Caitlin Druffel came up with the steal. She gets it over to Moser. Goes inside. Shot no good in there by Grace Druffel, and the Lions come away with it. The curl inside, and there's going to be free throws for Columbia. Mackenzie Pero is going to go to the free throw line for this Columbia team. 5'11" senior, averaging more than 15 points per game. Had 11 points and 13 rebounds in the quarterfinals against Northwest Yeshiva. First free throw is up and good, and Columbia is on the board.
It's always nice to get that first bucket in and seeing the ball go through the hole, and it kind of just settles you down and said, okay, here we go.
Second one rattles home, so we're all tied up here early on. As Druffel will bring it up the court for Colton. This is Weber with it out to Druffel. Moser, she was open for 3, passes it up, the skip pass to the other side, and Weber. They look inside. Good defense underneath. Druffel will try the 3-point attempt. That one's too strong. Rebound tipped around. Wildcats come away with it with Weber. But the Lions steal it right back. Lowe will get it up the floor, and here comes Columbia on the run. Lowe with it up top. Looking underneath. This is Flett. Her shot wouldn't go. The rebound down to Meyer. Here comes Moser on the run. Haley with the left hand, tough move, couldn't get it to go, and Lowe comes down with the rebound, but they take it right back. Colton very active with those defensive hands. Moser hits the 3.
And even though a majority of these Colton players are right-handed, if you watch them, they shoot right-handed, but you will see them drive and get a lot of left-hand layup looks.
It'll stay Columbia basketball. Moser thought that she had forced a turnover that time, but it will stay with Columbia. You see Haley Moser hit her first 3-point attempt of the night to give Colton this early 5-2 lead. So Columbia will inbound the ball. Paige Vincent has checked into the game for the Wildcats along with Jenna Moser.
And what a nice pair of subs to bring off the bench. They're actually your second and third leading scorers on this team.
Lots of weapons on this team. 3-point attempt, no good. Rebound and a foul underneath. They're going to get Lowe for pushing off. So Lindsay Lowe picks up her first foul of the game. And Colton will get the basketball back here. 4:53 to go in the first quarter of the state 1B girls basketball championship right here on SWX. The fourth and final championship here tonight at the arena. The block, but a foul called on Krista Colvin. And so free throws coming for Colton. Paige Vincent's going to go to the free throw line. Take another look at it. Got ball initially, but hit the arm on the follow-through, and the first free throw up and good for Vincent. Vincent, the 5'11 junior, averaging just over 10 points per game this season, at 13 points and 6 rebounds in the win over Elmira Cooley Heartline, and Colton has a 7-2 lead. Ball goes through Lowe's hands. Eventually, she gets it back. Here she is on the drive with the left hand and scores. Lindsay Lowe makes it a 7-4 game.
It's always nice when your 6'1 forward can bring the ball up and score that like that.
Very athletic. Moser spinning on the other end. And they're going to get another foul against the Lions. This Columbia team can ill afford to get into foul trouble as Colvin Flett picks up the foul for Columbia.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. They're going to have to be careful. They really, from what I've seen, they've really only played the 5 players. Yesterday, LaRue got in foul trouble, and I think it kind of hurt him, and it was a closer game than maybe it should have been.
Moser with it. She'll step back and try the 3, and that one's good. Haley Moser has a couple of those now, and it's 10-4. The pressure right away. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Columbia. Boy, relentless pressure here early on as another substitution for Colton as Grace Druffel will trek back into the game. Important for this Lions team to be able to break the pressure here tonight. Colvin will do just that. A nice give and go that time, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lions.
And even though this Colton defense hasn't been, the last 2 possessions haven't gotten a steal out of it, they're getting their hands on the passes, and they're disrupting the flow of the Lions offense. And that can play a big factor in, like I said, the flow of the offensive game for this Lions team.
Well, it'll be Columbia basketball when we come back, but Colton off to the quick start. Wildcats lead it 10-4. We'll be back. Well, State B coverage on SWX is being brought to you by Northwest Seed and Pet, Spokane's complete seed and pet supply. 3:59 to go in the first quarter. Colton out to the early 10-4 lead. Columbia will inbound, looking to cut into that lead here. Let's go over to Katie Steiner. She's got more for us.
Thanks so much, John. Yep, Jenna and Haley Moser, they are both sisters. We have Jenna is a 10th grader and Haley is a 12th grader. But here's the kick. They're both the top scorers, 1 and 2. John, back to you.
Colvin hits the jump shot for Columbia to cut the lead to 10-6. Skip pass all the way over to Druffel. Kick it back up to Haley Moser, who tries the 3. That one's short, and Lowe comes away with the rebound.
And you can see off that miss, it came off pretty hard. It had a lot of oomph behind it when you're shooting that far out, and so you got to make sure you get a body on and you got to push them out.
Whistle away from the ball, and it's going to be on Lindsay Lowe, I believe, pushing off underneath. And so Lowe picks up a foul here with 3:15 to go in the first quarter. That's her second personal foul, and that's a big one. As you mentioned, the Columbia team is used to a rotation that includes 5 and 6 players, and so depth not what they're known for. Here's Moser with the drive in the left hand. That one's off the mark. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be Lions basketball.
Well, going back to Lowe, picking up that second. She is a senior, though, so she's got to be smart, use her experience, and her presence on the court is much more important than letting a Colton player score or giving up a bucket.
Wildcats pressure defense making life difficult once again here for this Lions offense. LaRue finally able to get it across. She has it back now. Krista Colvin with it. LaRue has it bounce off her hands. Moser slaps it away and out of bounds. 4 seconds on the shot clock here with 2:35 to go in the first quarter. Grace Druffel is checked back into the game for Colton. Enjoying this early 4-point lead. The Lions with just 4 seconds to shoot here. Hard time just getting it in. I'm not sure she's aware of the clock. Heaves it up toward the basket, hit the backboard, and then a foul underneath. Elizabeth LaRue got caught there with the shot clock winding down, had to throw up the wild shot, and then a frustration foul.
Yeah, just 2 mental mistakes right there by the junior. Just got to be aware. There was a lot of time in between. You know, you always got to be checking that shot clock. And then to follow it up with a foul, just not necessary.
So Coach Mindy Flett saying, be smart down there. Here's Druffel with it. She'll try the drive. The ball knocked out, and Lowe comes away with it. Just almost another steal by the Wildcats, but Columbia will hang on to it. Well, you can see how this Colton team just makes life so difficult on the opponent, just getting the ball across half court.
Well, yeah, and they're able to rotate in a bunch of different bodies, and so they're coming in fresh. They can bring in fresh legs, and when you're looking at a line team that only, like you said, plays 5 or 6, that can wear on you after the game goes on.
LaRue with it. Her shot wouldn't go. Lowe comes down with the rebound, and she scores. Lindsay Lowe there for the rebound, and it's a 2-point game. Druffel with it up top. Here's Moser with it. Cross court to Weber. Back up to Druffel. Looking for the post inside. Couldn't find her. This time they do. Nice looking play inside, but couldn't finish as Grace Druffel could not finish inside, and then a whistle on the play. And so similar to the possession on the other end is Druffel with the frustration foul as Haley Moser will check back into the game, along with Peyton Meyer for this Colton team. You can see the Colton depth is in full effect as they run players in and out here. Another turnover as Jenna Moser comes up with it. She looks underneath to Meyer, and Meyer's going to go to the free throw line, and I think they got Low.
Well, that's what I was talking about. Give up the bucket. Really, because then you only go down 4 and you stay in the game. And so Lowe, I think, again, silly foul.
Her third personal foul here with 1:24 to go in the first quarter. Peyton Meyer at the free throw line misses the first, and so the first substitution is Steiner Bondos coming into the game, and Lowe is going to have to take a seat with those 3 fouls. Second free throw rattles home for Meyer, so it's an 11-8 game. Critical fouls, though, for Lindsay Lowe. As Columbia breaks the pressure this time. LaRue with it up top. Harrell now. Back up to LaRue. She'll try to drive to the basket. She's going to go to the free throw line. 2 shots coming for Elizabeth LaRue. And so Columbia forcing the issue again on the offensive end, back to the free throw line.
And LaRue looking for her first opportunity to put some points up on the board here. She is the Lions' leading scorer at just under 17. with low out, she's going to have to step it up.
Caitlin Druffel checks back into the game for Colton as LaRue missed the first of her free throws. Had 17 points in the quarterfinal win over Northwest Yeshiva. Hits the second of them, so it's 11-9 here with under a minute to play in the first quarter. Moser will bring it up the floor for the Wildcats. She's going to take it all the way to the basket and score. Haley Moser has 8 points here, and it's a 13-9 Colton lead. More defensive pressure. Jenna Moser. Good hustle to try to keep it alive, but it hits the sideline here, and Columbia will keep the basketball.
Well, this Colton defense is definitely pesky. If you're the Lions, you got to keep the ball tight. When you're looking to pass, you got to make sure that they're crisp passes and also that you come and meet the ball.
LaRue with it up top. Moser on her out there. And that pass just through the hands as Myers coming the other way for Colton. She's going to take it all the way and score. Peyton Meyer, the 6'1" post player, goes coast to coast and finishes.
That's the second post that we've seen that do that tonight. And that's a luxury that, as a coach, you like to have.
Colton with the 6-point lead here with 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Bondo with it up top. Time winding down. They've got to do something with it. The shot at the buzzer, no good. And so Colton is going to take a 6-point lead after the first quarter of play. Wildcats come out strong. They lead it 15-9. More championship action on SWX coming up right after the break. Well, Inland Power and Light Company, proud sponsors State B basketball right here on SWX. The State B basketball championships continuing here. Inland Power and Light Company, a proud sponsor. As we begin second quarter action, Columbia will inbound the basketball, looking to cut into a 6-point lead. Just about a 30-second call there, or a 5-second call, I should say. But the Lions do manage to get it in as Colvin has it for Columbia. Double team down on the baseline. Jenna Moser on her. Up top to Flett. This is Bondo with it. 3-point attempt is up and good. Krista Colvin cuts the lead to 3. Krista Colvin, that 5'8" senior, averaging 15 points per game, cuts the lead to 3 here. Colton at the other end now. Haley Moser's going to try another 3-pointer. That one no good. Rebound inside. Vincent had it knocked away. Moser travels with it, and it's going to be Columbia basketball. The Colton fans didn't like that call. Lions have the basketball here with 7:20 to go in the second quarter. Take another look at it. A lot of contact there, but they say the travel was before that. Speaking of that, Columbia's going to have to take a quick timeout as Colvin lost her footing and was on her knees, and she was in all kinds of troubles, but she got that quick timeout. So here was 7:10 to go in the second quarter. The Lions will talk about it.
Yeah, for as much trouble, though, that Colton's been giving them on defense, pretty impressive for Columbia to stick around, and they're only down by 3 right now.
The State B coverage on SWX is brought to you by Parker Toyota. No problem at Parker Toyota means an even better car buying experience. Parker Toyota, winner of the President's Award for 25 consecutive years of superb customer service. Colton leading it here 15-12, and in case you missed it earlier tonight, the Reardon girls won the state championship. This Columbia team is 27-1. The only loss of their season came to Reardon.
Yeah, and that's a tough opponent to try and take one from. Very impressed by how well they're coached and how well they play with each other. Very good team.
Reardon in a great game against Brewster tonight. Colfax boys won a 2B title. As you see, Columbia breaking the pressure this time. Haley Moser comes back and just takes it away. Up ahead to Jenna, who tries to finish, goes hard to the deck, and she's going to go to the free throw line. Wow. Krista Colvin just leveled Jenna Moser on the way to the glass that time, and so Jenna's going to go to the free throw line here, looking to extend this 3-point lead. First one up and in. And
you like the hustle by Colvin, but at the same time, again, I don't know how many times we're going to say this, but you're only looking at a 5 or 6 player rotation, and you already got one of your starters sitting because of foul trouble, and now Colvin's got 2. Just got to be smart.
Jenna hits both of the free throws to push the lead back to 5 for Colton. That pressure defense causing trouble again, and the ball just rolls helplessly out of bounds for the Lions, and Colton gets the basketball back. Now you can really see this Wildcat pressure. They pride themselves on this defense, and you can see why. Vincent's going to try a 3-point attempt. That one's short. The rebound tracked down by the Lions. Bondo came away with it. More pressure, and this time they're going to get Moser on the foul. Haley Moser will pick up that personal foul. That's her first personal foul, and so the Lions will inbound here, trailing by 5. Flett with it up top for Columbia. Harrow with it. Cut off there nicely by Vincent. We'll look inside to Perro. Having a hard time finding a good look at the basket here. LaRue with it. She'll try the drive through the middle. Tough shot. Almost went down. Instead, the rebound comes down to Moser. She pushes it ahead too far. Good hustle from Jenna Moser to try to save it, but it's off the back of the backboard, and it'll be Lions basketball.
Yeah, you like the fact that they're looking to push the ball and get up the court, especially since they're able to bring in those fresh legs. They should be able to outrun this Lions team.
More pressure applied here, and this time LaRue with a little bit of space, but the double team finally does catch up with her. Moser with it. She's going to try the drive to the basket and a whistle on the play, and she's going to shoot free throws. Colvin is going to get called for the foul.
Well, if you're Columbia, you got to know that if you're dribbling the ball, when you're breaking that press, there's going to be another Colton player coming from behind, and so you got to be strong. You got to know that they're coming and anticipate that, and you got to be strong. And now we're looking at the Colvin's got 3.
So you have 2 of your starters now in Lowe and Colvin, each with 3 personal fouls as Moser hits the first of her free throws here. Grace Druffel checks back into the game as Peyton Meyer will take a seat. And Mindy Flett knows that foul trouble is not what they need at this juncture of the game. 5:55 to go in the second quarter, and Moser hits both of her free throws to make it a 19-12 Colton lead. Wildcats applying more pressure, and it gets to him again. The errant pass ends up in the hands of Druffel, and she gets it to Caitlin Druffel, who brings it up the floor. Haley Moser with it now. She'll try the drive through the middle. And they're going to call a tie-up on the play that time. I think the official out top was going to call a travel, and he deferred to the one underneath.
Yeah.
Possession arrow stays with Colton here. 5:39 to go in the second quarter. That inbounds is picked off by the Lions, and Colvin with it now in the front court for Columbia.
Well, great anticipation by Colvin. She actually, going into this year, she had led the category of individual career most steals at 51.
Harrow with the nice shot inside, and Columbia cuts the lead to 5. Here's Moser at the other end. Out to Haley. Her shot won't go. The rebound comes away. Perro on the run for Columbia. A lot of contact, no call, and Colton will come away with it. Haley Moser on the run. Stops through the middle. Her shot will go, and they're going to count it. She's got a chance for a three-point play. Wow. Take another look at it. The 2-foot jump stop, and then the contact inside from LaRue. And so Moser's at the free throw line looking to complete the three-point play, as Weber's going to check back into the game along with Peyton Meyer.
And good concentration by Moser. You know, she got fouled and she could have easily just thrown that up there, but looking to finish the basket. You always want to play through the contact because you might not know. The ref might not give you the call.
Free throw no good, though, and the lead stays at 7 for the Wildcats. Colton making its 6th straight trip to the state tournament. This is their 5th straight title game, looking for their 4th straight title. And more defensive pressure, making it difficult on this Columbia offense. You can see that the Lions just having a hard time finding any sort of way to get into the offense.
Well, right, and then when they do have a good look up court, they're rattled enough to where they're making errant passes.
Jenna Moser hits the 3, and the lead is up to 10 now for the Wildcats at 24-14. Trap coming here, and Columbia works its way out of it. Lions looking to get into some sort of rhythm here offensively. Three-point attempt too strong. Meyer comes down with the rebound, and the Wildcats are on the run again. This time the pass too strong, though, and a turnover on Colton. And it'll be Columbia basketball.
Well, again, it just looks like Colton. They've got those fresh legs. They're able to run up and down the court. And if you look at Columbia, struggling a little bit last time to get back on defense.
Meyer's going to take a seat as Vincent checks back into the game. And you're right, those fresh legs. I mean, this Wildcats team, another turnover as Moser tries to finish. She does, and a chance at a three-point play.
Well, and this takes it's a lot of toil. You know, you're going through the whole season, and then you go into post play, and you're only looking at that very small rotation. And when you get to this part of the state tournament, your legs are shot.
A great play defensively that time by Grace Druffel to set up that three-point play for Haley Moser, and it is now 27-14, a 13-point lead. This time the Lions break the press pretty well, but the pressure eventually gets back to them, and it's going to be a foul on the play, and I think they're going to get Jenna Moser this time on the foul, and they will. Make that Grace Druffel will pick up the foul. Is a timeout on the floor. Columbia basketball. When we come back, they trail it by 13. Columbia will inbound the basketball here, trailing by 13 to Colton. LaRue with it for the Lions. Now it's Pero. This defense has been nothing short of impressive so far here for this Colton basketball team. Columbia has had to earn everything. That shot too strong, and the rebound will come down to Vincent. Here comes Moser running with it. Haley on the run. This time she has it stripped away, and I think she's going to get whistled for the foul after the turnover. Claps her hands, and quickly there will be a substitution here as Caitlin Druffel is going to check back into the game. That's 2 now on Haley, so she's going to take a seat.
And that might be, you know, if you're Columbia, you're looking at, hey, that's good for us because she's been hurting them on the offensive end.
Again, just a difficult time even getting it inbound this time, but the Lions do just that. This time they break the pressure. There's an open look for Columbia. That one's too short, though. Rebound on the floor, and look at the Wildcats hustle. Another jump ball called, and it'll stay Columbia basketball. Boy, that time Katie Flett had an open look. One of the few open looks we've seen here for Columbia in this game.
Well, and scoring, really not her forte. Just under 4 points on the season, and the first game she had 4 points, and second game she had 3 points in the state tournament. So she's really not looking to score.
Here's Pero with a cutoff baseline. Here's a jump shot that's good. Elizabeth LaRue scores to cut the lead to 10. Quickly the other way with Colton. The rainbow 3 is good for Jenna Moser.
And that's just tough. If you're Columbia, you're thinking, all right, we finally got one, and then here comes Colton right back and takes it right back from you.
Answers right back at him. Push the lead back to 13 here. Flett with it up top for the Lions. This is Colvin with it. Back up top to LaRue. 8 on the shot clock. They look inside. That ball batted out of bounds. It'll stay Lions basketball with just 4 seconds now on the shot clock.
Well, let's see if they learn their lesson the first time. You know, take a peek at that shot clock. You got 4 seconds, so, I mean, you don't have to jack it up right away, but you definitely have to get a quick shot.
Exact same situation, and there was a shot clock violation last time. This time they know it. They throw up the shot, couldn't hit anything, and so it'll be a turnover on the shot clock violation. Pero didn't have much choice there but to throw that up.
Yeah, and if you're Columbia, that's just not a shot that you'd really want to take, but again, you got to get it off before the shot clock.
So the Wildcats looking to build on this 13-point lead here. 2 minutes to go in the first half. The three-point attempt is short by Weber, and the Lions come away with it. Pressure is relentless, and another turnover on the Lions as LaRue is called for the carry. And I don't think many teams in this classification on the girls' side are used to this kind of pressure all over the floor.
Yeah, they're just spraying it everywhere, and then once you think you finally got some breathing room, well, here comes another defender, and it just seems like they've got 6 or 7 players on the court right now.
Here's Vincent inside. Strong move to the basket, and she scores. Paige Vincent makes it a 15-point lead for Colton.
And just a nice read by Vincent. Nice strong move.
Another trap in the backcourt. This time they get out of it, and LaRue will bring it up. Bondo's going to set it up top. LaRue with it. Now Pero, the drive to the basket. Good looking move that time from Elizabeth, or from Mackenzie Pero, I should say. That ball tipped around and a turnover on the Wildcats. The Lions turn the tables for a moment anyway, just about turned it right back over, but they'll keep the basketball as Vincent was on the end line, so it'll stay Lions basketball. Well, the task is difficult enough in playing this Colton team, but when you have Lindsay Lowe sitting on the bench for the better portion here of the first half in foul trouble. It has made it even more difficult. 48 seconds to go in the first half, and Colton leading 32-19. Good post defense in there to prevent the entry pass. Flett with it. She finds Pero. Back out to Flett, who's going to try the jump shot that won't go on the rebound of Vincent. 28 seconds to go here. About a half a second differential on the game clock and the shot clock here. So Colton's going to spread things out and make sure they get a good shot here before the end of the first half, looking to extend this 13-point lead. Another impressive half here. Jenna Moser will try the three-point attempt. Nothing but the bottom of the net, and that is how the first half is going to come to a close as the Colton Wildcats sprint to the locker room. They lead it by 16, 35-19, and what an impressive first half performance from this Wildcat team that is used to these type of performances, no question about it. So don't go anywhere. We have another half of basketball here coming up on SWX. What a night it's been. Let's see if Columbia can make some adjustments here at the break. We'll be back. Wildcats lead it by 16. Halftime report is brought to you by Western Peterbilt. Whether you're buying new or used big rigs, parts or service, we are confident Western Peterbilt will exceed your needs. 4 locations to serve you: Liberty Lake, Pasco, Moses Lake, and Yakima. To show our appreciation, enter to win 4 Shock tickets and an autographed Shock football on opening night, March 12th. Go to khq.com/Peterbilt to enter and win. It's halftime here at the State 1B Girls Championship game. Top-ranked Colton leading at 35-19. Let's go over to Katie Steiner.
Thanks so much, John. I talked to the Colton's assistant coach. She said that it's all about defense. That's what they're going to talk about at halftime. Defense, defense, defense. She said that defense is what wins games. I also asked her if she's been happy with how her girls have been playing. She said, really happy, absolutely, especially on the defensive side. John and Stephanie, back to you.
I don't know how she could be anything short of happy with that defensive pressure there in the first half.
Yeah, they're just suffocating the Columbia players, and then when Columbia actually gets a break on the offensive end, I think that Colton's rattled them enough to where their shot not quite confident. It's just really just disrupting their whole flow of the game.
Well, Columbia did shoot 35% there in the first half on 7 of 20 from the field, but Colton 11 of 23, including 5 of 12 from three-point range, almost a 42% clip from long range.
Yeah, and that's what they like to do. Like I said, I looked at the stats last night at the shot, whatever marker of the game, and they only took 5 shots inside the three-point line. So it's something that they is part of their game plan. They practice, and you can see the 2 Mosier girls shooting lights out from behind the arc, and the beautiful shots too. Yeah,
Jenna has 11 points here in the first half. Haley has 15 points. Combined, they are 5 of 9 from three-point range. Jenna's hit all 3 of her three-point attempts, so an excellent first half scoring for both of those 2 girls. And Peyton Meyer has 5 points. Paige Vincent has 4 points. On the other side of things, Lindsay Lowe has 4 points, but really those 3 personal fouls. Krista Colvin also playing with 3 personal fouls. Really a factor there in the first half.
Well, yeah, they had to sit low, and then when you're looking at Colvin, she stayed in the game, but still, when you have 3 fouls, you're not going to play as hard as you normally do. I mean, you're going to be a little more cautious. Hopefully, I mean, if she would pick up a 4th, that would be, I mean, just a huge blow. And so, really, just, and they're kind of silly fouls. You got to get back and just play good, solid defense, and I think they could have avoided a couple of those.
Oh, we'll see what halftime adjustments this Columbia team can make. It's very difficult playing against this Colton squad. Well, this portion of the game is brought to you by the community colleges of Spokane, where the leadership of tomorrow is paving the road to success through academics and athletics. The community colleges of Spokane, a proud sponsor of the State B basketball tournament here on SWX. Let's go back over to Katie now. She's got an update on the other action here today in the 1B girls.
Thanks so much, John. You know, ACH is really just going to have a really good time tonight because their girls got the 3rd place as well as their guys winning the whole thing. And Sunnyside Christian, they lost to ACH. They got 5th. Nia Bay won. They got 4th, and they beat Cusick for 6th place. And that's rounding out the 1B girls tournament this year.
As we mentioned, Colton going for a 4th straight state championship. And, of course, the Northwest Christian boys won the boys title 4 straight times. And The Colfax girls actually won the 1A title 4 straight times, but a very rare feat, obviously, in the ranks of state basketball tournaments. The Lewis and Clark girls here from Spokane won it 3 straight just a few years ago. So Colton in some rare territory. And after that first half, Stephanie, you can see why.
Yeah, I can't even imagine being a senior and going all 4 years of winning state. That is just something that you will have the rest of your life to brag about. But I'm not counting out these Columbia Lions yet. They're still pretty tough.
Let's go back over to Katie. She's got Coach Flett.
Thanks so much, John. Now, Coach, what did you tell the girls at halftime?
You know, just to believe in themselves, to be able to handle the pressure. We've got good guards. You know, we just need to believe in ourselves a little bit more and get our offense started.
And what are you doing anything to adjust your offense?
I mean, we really didn't run it. So, you know, I just talked about setting good screens and then sprinting to your spots.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Back to you, John.
Colton leads it here 35-19. We'll be back with the second half right here on SWX. Well, State B basketball coverage on SWX is brought to you in part by CenturyLink, connecting you to what matters most. CenturyLink, proud sponsor of the State B basketball tournaments here on SWX. The fourth and final championship game here tonight at the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. The Colton girls looking for a 4th straight title. They lead it by 16 over Columbia here in this State 1B girls championship game. And we heard Coach Flett talk there at halftime about making adjustments on offense, and she kind of laughed and said, well, we didn't run any offense. It's a difficult adjustment to make.
Yeah, well, you can't really make any adjustments if you're not doing what you want to do. So really the game plan is, hey, let's do what we want to do and stop letting Colton dictate how we run our offense.
Second half brought to you by the Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota is moving forward, and the Wildcats start the second half with a turnover as Caitlin Dreffel called for the double dribble. So Columbia will get the basketball here with 7:53 to go in the third quarter. They break the pressure this time with Colvin. Let's see if they can get into an offense here. Flett with the basketball, up top to Lowe. She's got the 3 fouls. Her drive to the basket, no good, and Meyer comes down with the rebound for the Wildcats. Up ahead to Moser. They'll swing it around to Meyer. Weber with it now. Both teams with their original starting 5s on the floor here. Haley Moser will try the 3-point attempt, and that's good. She's got 18 points now, and it's 38-19 Colton. Lowe the other way, all the way to the basket. Gets her own rebound and scores.
And that's what Columbia missed when she was sitting on the bench. The ability to finish after they break that press.
So the lead stays at 17 here. Colton leading Columbia. as we're underway in the third quarter, and a foul underneath. Mackenzie Perro called for that foul, and so Colton will take the ball out of bounds here. Up by 17. Meyer underneath, couldn't finish though. Lowe fighting for the rebound, and this time they're going to get Druffel for the foul for Colton. Her and Lowe were fighting for it, and maybe a couple of skipped heartbeats over there on the Columbia sideline, because if that's on Lowe, that's would have been 4, but instead it's against the Wildcats, and Columbia will take the basketball out of bounds here, looking to cut into a 17-point deficit. LaRue with it up top. The double team comes, and a turnover. She dribbles the ball out of bounds, and it'll be Colton basketball. Didn't know if we were, a lot of contact there. Didn't know if we were going to have a whistle on the play as far as a foul goes, but instead it's a turnover, and Colton in business again.
Yeah, I think Caitlin Druffel kind of got away with one there.
Moser misses the 3. The ball tapped out of bounds, so they'll go to Columbia. 6:31 to go here in the third quarter. And the Lions really have to find their offense, and they have to find it in a hurry here. Colvin will bring it up the floor. Fleck loses the handle on it. Tipped away by Weber, so no violation there. Colvin with it out on the wing, and a timeout here by the Lions with 6:16 to go in the third quarter. I think they want to talk about it a little more. Let's get into this. Let's get into the offense. Let's do what we talked about in the locker room.
Right, well, but again, it goes back to Colton's defense. They're just so pesky, and they're getting right up into Columbia's space and making it very uncomfortable for the ball handlers of Columbia.
Let's go back over to Katie Steiner. She's got more with this Lions team.
Thanks so much. If you can look on the sideline here, there is an assistant coach who is using an iPad. That's what the Columbia coach wants her to use. It links to Max Preps, actually, so she's constantly updating during the game, and then also it's sent to the coach's desktop after the game's done, so the coach from Columbia can analyze all of those stats.
Amazing how far that's come. Here is all the information is available, as Lowe's 3-point attempt is no good. Rebound fought for and come away by the Lions. Here's Lowe with it. She drives through the middle. She gets fouled, and she's going to go to the free throw line. So you can see Lindsay Lowe in the game really helps provide a little bit of an offensive spark.
Well, yeah, and then on the defensive end as well, she's 6'1", so she's long and lanky. Makes the shots inside a little bit more difficult for this Colton team, but then at the same time, she's an excellent driver from about 15 out.
Haley Moser whistled for that foul. That's number 3 on her, and so Jenna will come into the game along with Paige Vincent. Haley will actually stay out there as Weber will take a seat. Lowe's second free throw attempt up and good, and the lead is cut to 15 here with 5:56 to go in the third quarter. Colton will set things up with Druffel and Druffel up top. Here's Moser with it. Skip pass across to Haley. Her shot won't go. Rebound fought for, and Jenna Moser comes away with it. Finds Haley again, this time driving through the middle of the lane, and she walked with the basketball, so Columbia basketball. The official was blocking my view on that. Couldn't tell if there was a foul call that time, but it's a travel on the play, and so the Lions will bring it up. Here's Lowe with it. Nice crossover dribble that time, and she's going to go back to the free throw line.
I mean, we've said it time and time again. She's so important to this Columbia team. I mean, she gives them the ability to finish that break once they break the first initial pressure by Colton. And she's an excellent free throw shooter as well.
Caitlin Druffel whistled for that foul, so The 6'1" senior Lowe goes back to the free throw line, hits the first of hers, averages over 15 points a game, had 18 points and 10 rebounds against Sunnyside last night, had 31 points in the quarterfinal win over Northwest Yeshiva. So the lead cut to 13 here, and I think Columbia just looking to just chip away little by little here and try to get this thing down to single digits.
Well, and with having Lowe finishing at the other end, it's building a little bit of confidence in this Columbia team that, hey, we can beat this pressure.
Rebound comes down to Pero, so the Lions now with a chance to cut into this lead one more time. Here's Lowe with it. She's going to try another drive. She traveled with the basketball, though. Got a little bit ahead of herself that time, and so the turnover as Weber will come back into the game. So will Meyer for Colton. Druffel will take a seat for the Wildcats. Colton led at 35-19 at the break, now 38-25. Let's get past to Druffel, who tries a long-range shot that won't go. Rebound tipped out, and it's going to be Lions basketball. So another chance here for the Lions, who have got just a little bit of momentum right now. They've been able to have a couple of good defensive possessions. They got to take advantage on offense. Easier said than done, though, against this Colton defense, which has just been tough to deal with here tonight. That jump shot up and too long, and the rebound comes down to Weber, and here come the Wildcats on the run. Moser with it. She's going to take it all the way to the basket, and she's going to get whistled for the charge as Lowe stood in there and took the charge. Big call there.
Well, I think that was a good call. From my angle, it looked like Lowe was there, had her feet set. But again, kind of a gutsy play by Lowe when you're sitting there with 3 fouls and you're a big part of this Columbia success. But head coach Mindy maybe held her breath there for a second.
Lions, though, turn it right back over. Now Vincent's going to try a three-pointer. That one's too strong. Rebound tapped out. Meyer comes away with it. It's Weber with a three-point attempt, and that one's good. Aaron Weber hits the three, and the lead is 16. Colvin with it for the Lions. LaRue. Back out to Flett, who tries the three. That one's short. There's Lowe with the rebound. She'll go up with it and score. So Lindsay Lowe providing all the offense here for Columbia. Here's Vincent through the middle. Her shot is blocked, and the Lions come away with it. Colton wanted a foul on that one. They didn't get it.
Well, you're right. Columbia is getting the stops that they need, but they've got to.
Lowe hits the three.
They've got to start making it, earning it on the offensive end, and that's how you're going to do it. I mean, right now, Lindsay Lowe is the go-to player for this Columbia team.
Lindsay Lowe has cut this lead now to 11 at 41-30. Lions with a little belief in their eyes here. Vincent will try to answer with a three on this end. Nothing but the bottom. Boy, I'll tell you what, the rainbow three. Beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of arc on those shots, and they look great coming out of those shooters' hands.
Lions looking to answer, but it's a turnover on the travel. So with 2:35 to go here in the third quarter, Columbia trying to hang in there. Colton leads it by 14. State B coverage on SWX is being brought to you by Northwest Seed and Pet, Spokane's complete seed and pet supply. Northwest Seed and Pet. Colton leads it here 44-30, talking in the break, Stephanie, and it's every time it looks like Columbia might have a little bit of momentum going, Colton has that answer.
Yeah, and it's coming from multiple players and from the three-point line. I mean, they've had a couple three-point shots that have just been daggers, and once Columbia thinks that they're, gaining a little confidence, the Colton player knocks down a three-point shot and just kind of takes the wind out of their sails.
Vincent faked the three, went through the lane, and she's going to go to the free throw line. Paige Vincent made her respect the three. Katie Flett is called for the foul, and Vincent hit the three the last time down the floor, and they had to respect that. As soon as they jumped out on it, she took it right down the lane. First free throw attempt up and good to make it a 15-point lead. 5'11" junior, averaging over 10 points per game. The balance on this Colton team is impressive. Second one also up and good. Three players who average double figures, a fourth who's just under double figures, and another one that averages 7.5 points a game. So they get offense from all kinds of spots. As the Lions continue to look for some offense here. Flett with it to Colvin in the corner. A whistle away from the ball, and it'll be Colton basketball as they're going to get Flett away from the wall with the push.
I didn't really see that one, so I don't know what happened, but I'm guessing it had to have been like an illegal screen or something like that.
Her third personal foul, and Colton now with a chance to build on its 16-point lead, up 46-30. And a whistle now here on this end, and that is an illegal screen set that time by Caitlin Druffel, so it'll go back to Columbia. 1:52 to go in the third quarter. Lions with a better showing here in the third quarter, but they need to find some offense and then find some stops as well. 13 on the shot clock. Now 10. Jump shot in the middle, that time is good. Mackenzie Parrow that time cuts the lead back to 14 with 1:25 to go in the third.
And just a nice screen by her offensive partner to allow her that open look, which is rare.
Good defensive pressure put on by the Lions this time. Here's Haley Moser who tries the three. That one's too strong. The rebound fought for underneath, and it's going to be Columbia basketball. Lindsay Lowe working hard inside that time, and she draws the foul with good position.
And I always like that. I like to see the sportsmanship. You can see Jenna Mosier helping her up, giving her a little pat on the back, and that's what state tournaments are all about. It's a sportsmanship and competitiveness,
and you see it here at the B level as much as you do anywhere in any state tournament. We've witnessed it all weekend here in the 1 and 2B tournaments at the arena. Three-point attempt is off the mark for the Lions. Druffel comes away with it. Up to Moser. Let's skip over to Haley Moser. She's going to try to jump stop and move through the middle, and she's going to whistle for the travel. So 41.1 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and a sub as Weber comes into the game, and Haley Moser's going to take a seat here. Coach Vining didn't want her to pick up a foul here at the end of the third quarter. Colvin with it up top. The pressure continues by this Wildcat defense. Flat now. There's an open look. That one though off, and Druffel comes away with it, and the Wildcat bench is calling for one shot here with 18 seconds to go in the third quarter and a 14-point lead. Jenna Moser with it. She tries to drive through the middle. Ball's knocked away. Scramble for it on the floor. And it'll be a jump ball, and the possession arrow belongs to Columbia with 0.8 seconds left here in the third quarter. So not enough time, most likely, to get a shot off. It's a catch, and it's basically a tip at this point, and they're just not going to be able to do that. They don't even attempt to. So after 3 quarters to play here, the Colton Wildcats showing while they're ranked number 1 here in the state of Washington in the 1B ranks. They lead it by 14, 46-32.
So if this Columbia team can put up points with the clock stopped, that's going to play really big in making a comeback.
First free throw is off the glass and good to cut the lead to 16. That'll bring a smile out of Mackenzie Perro. 5'11" senior who averages more than 15 points per game. Hits both of the free throws, that one more conventionally. Lead down to 15. And the Wildcats will set it up here. Certainly the clock on their side at this point. Jenna Moser with it. Her drive to the left side, and she's going to go to the free throw line. We're talking in the break about this Colton team, not only impressive here on the floor, but in the classroom as well.
Yeah, we're actually awarded the Academic Champions Award for the highest GPA at 3.924, I believe is what they said.
It's almost hard to say. 3.924. Just a wonderful job. And the thing I love about this team is obviously they play hard. They're obviously smart. They work hard in school. It's a disciplined team. And even coming on and off the floor, there's no walking. They sprint everywhere they go. And I think it's just that energy throughout the game that defines this team.
Well, I think sometimes it's kind of, you know, you got to give Clark Vinning a huge round of applause, because not only is it just teaching them how to play basketball, but it's teaching them how to be great individuals, community members, and part of that is being well-rounded. You know, you hustle everywhere, you don't give up, you work hard in the classroom and on the court, and you can see it. You can see it in these players, just like when you were saying they hustle on and off the court, and when he calls out something, they know what they're doing and they follow through.
Well, tapped out of bounds. It'll stay with Columbia here. The Lions down 51-34 with 5:02 to go in the game. A stretch there in the second quarter, really, that opened up this lead, and you have to look at it when Lowe was on the bench for that extended period of time. It really affected what the Lions were trying to do. As you get the offensive foul here on the other end, as Colvin gets whistled for another foul. Raylan Smith will check into the game for Colton, as Moser will take a seat for the Wildcats. Colton leading it here 51-34. Mentioned early in the broadcast, their average margin of victory during the season was over 46 points per game. And so nothing new for this team to be playing with large leads. As Moser will try the little shot through the middle, they wave the shot off, and a travel before the bucket.
Well, and I think yesterday's game did a great job of prepping them for today. Their win against ACH was a pretty close game. They only won by 7, and they hadn't really seen that. I mean, they haven't seen it all season, and just a nice prep for the championship game, because you know that if you're in a close one, you can pull it out.
So a timeout here, and while we have this timeout, I'd like to take a moment to thank Aero Machinery for helping sponsor the State Meet Tournament broadcasts. Aero Machinery, of course, wish luck to everybody here that was part of the tournament. And of course, Aero Machinery wants to congratulate their own Colfax Bulldogs, the State 2B Boys champions. Aero Machinery for all of your farming needs. To recap from earlier, Reardon a winner in the 2B Girls Championship game over Brewster, and then, as I mentioned, the day started with the Colfax boys beating Northwest Christian. And then Myra Cooley Hartline won the State 1B Boys Championship. Derek Isaac had 44 points in that game, as one of the tremendous performances we've seen here at the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. He was 16 of 28 from the field, 6 of 12 from three-point range, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Good enough for 44 points. That's a good tournament for a lot of players. That was the championship game for Mr. Isaac.
Yeah, he really took the game on his shoulders, and Man, he was spectacular.
He was. So the Lions have the basketball here with just over 4 minutes to go in the game, trailing by 17. Flett with it. Another open jump shot attempt, and this time it's good. Mackenzie Perro hits that one to cut the lead to 15. You look at it, it was a 16-point game at the break, and really Columbia has played them evenly here in the second half. It was just that stretch there in the first half when Colton was able to open up that lead with the defensive pressure.
And a lot of that did, too, start with Lowe sitting on the bench in foul trouble. And I think that's when Colton really started to take over.
Three-point attempt was no good. Weber in there to get the loose ball rebound and a whistle on the play, and that's going to take us to a timeout on the floor. 3:27 to go in the game. Colton leading at 51-36. Well, tonight's basketball coverage on SWX is being brought to you by your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota moving forward. 3:27 to go in the fourth quarter. Colton leading it here in their final B championship game of the night. 51-36 over Columbia, the state 1B girls championship game. Wrapping things up this season as they rotate each year in the WIAA, which games are the late games. Moses' three-point attempt wouldn't go, and the rebound comes down to Perro, and she's going to get fouled. So give the Lions credit, fighting hard inside here with 3:21 to go. Paige Vincent called for the foul, and that'll be free throws at the other end for the Lions. 5'11" senior goes to the free throw line. First one up and good. Had 11 points and 13 rebounds in the quarterfinal win. Averaged over 14 points per game this season. Second one also up and good. Fourth straight trip to the state tournament for this Columbia team. 2 third-place finishes and a 7th-place finish in there. Right now they're going to need a rally if they want a title. Here's Moser with it. The left hand is good. Jenna Moser that time to push the lead back to 15.
And how tough is that to guard? I mean, she's been knocking down the threes all night, so then you finally get up into her, and then she's able to just go right by you and make the left-handed layup, which is very impressive because a lot of times you'll see girls that, or young players that just don't really utilize their left hand, or they'll go to the left side and use their right hand. So really impressive to see them finishing with their left hand.
Clock ticking toward another championship here for the Wildcats. Good hustle that time by Moser to save it off of the defender that time and keep it with the Wildcats as Weber's going to check back into the game. And then Weber back into the game for Colton with 2:29 to go. This Colton team, I'd like to see this Colton team play Reardon, who won the 2B championship.
Yeah, well, we know Columbia's only loss on the season was to Reardon, and you're right. I think it would be a really fun game and interesting to watch.
2:17 to go in the game. The turnover on the Wildcats will give it back to the Lions. more pressure from this Wildcats defense. They're going to get Meyer that time going over the back as they tried to get the ball inside to Lindsay Lowe, and she draws the foul, so Lindsay's going to go to the free throw line as Peyton Meyer is going to be whistled for the foul.
Colton, foul number 11.
This Colton team, they just continue to run the subs in.
Checking in for Wildcats, number 13, Caden Damon.
Caden Damon has checked into the game for the Wildcats as Meyer and Moser take a seat over here, and Lowe steps to the free throw line. First one up and good to cut the lead back to 14. Second one off the side of the rim, but the rebound comes down to the Lions, but then they step on the line, and so it'll be Colton basketball as Haley Moser checks into the game. Paige Vincent will come out.
Well, Columbia looking here to pick up full court man-to-man, seeing if they can get a couple easy buckets. And not really pressuring that hard though. Just kind of a soft man-to-man.
No problem for this Colton Wildcats team to get the ball across midcourt. Here's Druffel spinning through the middle, and they're going to call a tie-up again here. And the possession arrow goes to Columbia. So Caitlin Druffel that time spinning through the middle, and the ball held inside, and Columbia will get the basketball. Weber steals the inbounds pass, couldn't get the shot to go. And they'll reset here with 1:40 to go now in the game. Colton on the verge of winning its 4th straight state championship. Nothing short of impressive again here tonight, again all season long. Three on the shot clock, the ball tipped away, and it's a shot clock violation, so with 1:11 to go, the Lions will have the basketball. Well, we talked about it. The seniors on this team will know nothing but state championships as wholesale substitutions now for Colton, and a well-deserved round of applause for this Colton Wildcats girls team that is, again, going to finish a season undefeated with the state championship. Just over a minute to go now in the game. The drive through the middle and the bucket. Mackenzie Parrow will go to the free throw line looking for a three-point play. Jackie Warner whistled for that foul, and so Parrow will go to the free throw line looking for the three-point play to look to cut the lead to 11.
Yeah, give Columbia credit. I mean, they're fighting down to the last second, and that's very admirable. I mean, that's what you want any player to do in any type of game, no matter if you're up by 30 or you're down by 30. You want to play to the end.
Colton breaks the pressure again here, and they will play a little bit of keep away here, I think, with under 50 seconds to go in the game. Lions still hustling on defense out front, and the turnover. LaRue with it, and she'll take it into the basket, won't score. Low there for the follow, and she scores, and will go to the free throw line looking for the three-point play with 34.3 to go. And back come the Wildcats with wholesale substitutions here. 34.3 to go and a 9-point lead.
Well, not wanting to take any chance on letting this Columbia team come back in, you know.
Here come the Wildcats.
But a great experience for the subs that just came out, you know, to get out on the court and say, hey, I got it in the game, and, you know, they're the future of this Colton team.
Well, time now to announce tonight's player of the game, sponsored by Red Lion Hotels, proud to be a State B sponsor, and the winner tonight is none other than Haley Moser, who unofficially here has 21 and just provided all kinds of things for this team tonight.
Yeah, you can just see her knocking down the threes. Not only just on the line, but she had a couple deep threes as well.
Another impressive offensive performance for her, and of course, that's just part of the game for these Colton Wildcats. The defensive pressure has been outstanding for all of them on the floor here tonight, and you see them huddle up here with just 34.3 seconds to go, and knowing that they're on the verge of winning another state championship here, and they're bound and determined not to let this thing slip away.
And not that they had any struggles on the offensive end, but defense, you know, we heard at halftime, that's what the coaching staff emphasizes, and that's what you can always rely on. You know, you'll have your tough shooting nights where the ball just can't seem to find the bottom of the net, but you can always rely on your defense, and they brought it. They were just suffocating.
Lowe steps to the free throw line and hits the second one to cut the lead to 8 now with 34.3 to go. Colton inbounds. This is Weber with it. The double team in the backcourt. Flett is going to get whistled for the foul, so they had Weber back there in the double team. And Katie Flett will be whistled for the foul, and so Weber will go to the free throw line at the other end with 26.3 to go. Wildcats built a 35-19 lead at the break, and as we mentioned a couple times here in the second half, the Lions have really played them pretty even here in the second half. Second one up and good for Weber, so the lead is back to 10 now with 25 to go. Here's Lowe with it across midcourt. LaRue working against Druffel. Back up top to Lowe. Lowe's going to have to try the tough jumper, and she hits. Lindsay Lowe hits to cut it to 8. Little too late, though, I think, for this Lions basketball team as the Colton fans start the celebration behind us here as the Wildcats are going to win yet another state championship title. The Colton Wildcats, their 4th straight state title, the 1B girls state championship here tonight. And what a night it was again for Colton, coming away with that gold ball once again.
Yeah, I mean, legendary. That's all you can say. There's, what did we say, 2 other teams that can actually say that they won the state championship 4 times in a row. And
it's something to see them here. They've been here so often and won this championship now 4 times in a row. And earlier tonight we've seen the dog piles and people, you know, going crazy all over the place, and this is, you can see this is what they came here for. It's almost like this is a business we wanted to take care of, and we took care of it. Don't get me wrong, they're celebrating and they're happy, but another state title for this Colton team.
Well, and that's the experience that you gain from the previous years. They know the routine, they know what they have to come in and do, and they took care of business.
Haley Moser did finish with 21 points here tonight. Jenna had 15 points for this Colton team, as those are your 2 leading scorers. Lindsay Lowe came back and scored 21 tonight for Columbia. Mackenzie Perro added 17. Let's go back over to the public address announcer now as they hand out the trophies here for the final state 1B championship of the night.
This was their first trip to a state championship game since 1986. They represented the Panorama League and the Northeast District well. The second place trophy from the 2012 1B state tournament goes to the Columbia Lions. Presenting the second place trophy on behalf of Les Schwab and the Dairy Ambassadors are Scott Burgess and Kristen Nelson. Krista Colvin, Lindsay Lowe, Elizabeth LaRue, Rachel Keedy, Mackenzie Perro, Katie Flett, Steiner Bondo, Kim Hart, Caitlin Jones. Again, second place from the 2012 1B Girls State Tournament goes to the Columbia Lions.
Columbia certainly nothing to hang their heads about here from this season. They'll finish the year 27-2 with a second place finish here at the state tournament to a very good Colton team.
Yeah, and they played hard right down to the very end, and they're a tough team when they come in and not very many subs, and That's a lot of minutes and a lot of wear and tear on your body, and they stuck in there right towards the end.
The girls B team has done what they have done, taking home their 4th consecutive gold ball. Your 2012 State 1B Girls Champions, the Colton Wildcats. Presenting the gold ball to the Wildcats on behalf of Les Schwab and the Dairy Ambassadors, Scott Burgess and Kristen Nelson. The Wildcats, Jenna Moser, Haley Moser, Peyton Meyer, Kaden Damon, Grace Druffel, Paige Vincent, Caitlin Druffel, Savannah Chadwick, Erin Weber, Jackie Warner, Ray Lynn Smith. Again, the 2012 Girls State 1B Champions, the Colton Wildcats, going undefeated in the process.
Well, the 4th straight season that we've seen this exact scene here with the Colton Wildcats holding up the gold ball in another state championship. Their 4th straight here for the 1B Girls State Champions once again. And again, they joined the Northwest Christian Boys as 4-time four-peat winners, winning 4 in a row. Colfax has won 4 straight on the 1A level on the girls' side. So just an impressive accomplishment once again for this Colton team, led tonight by Haley Moser, who had 21 points, Jenna had 15, and Paige Vincent chipped in 9 points as they win it 55-47. They built that 16-point lead at halftime and then pretty much cruised from there to another state title.
Yeah, and you can't say that this gets old or they came in expecting. You can see the emotions on these players' faces, and I mean, it just means just as much as it did the first one or the second one or the third one. I mean, they worked hard during the season, off season, and this is their reward.
Yeah, and it's almost a reset button every season, right? I mean, you have to start over, and the work begins, you know, early on once again, and you work to this exact goal right here. And so here they are once again celebrating. Let's go over to Katie Steiner now. She's got a special guest for us.
Thanks so much, John. Now, Coach, how does this feel?
Oh, it feels great. All right, anytime you can obviously win the state championship, it's great. No matter how many times it is, it's unbelievable.
Your seniors are perfect at the State B tournament. What's it been like to coach those girls?
Oh, it's been incredible. Yeah, it's something you don't see every day. They get 4 rings in 4 years. I keep telling them how lucky they really are, and sometimes they might take it for granted, but it's just an incredible run.
What about those Mosers? They're pretty impressive.
They are. They're pretty good, aren't they? Yeah. Both of them move the ball well and run the floor well, and knock down some shots and mix in a little defense too.
And you're losing Haley, but you've got one coming up, right? An 8th grader, Zoe. What are you looking in for her?
Yeah, there's an 8th grader coming, and so next year we'll have another Mosier.
Thank you so much, Coach. Have fun.
Thank you.
Colton Wildcats are used to this, cutting down the nets here after celebrating another state championship. They win it 55-47 over Columbia, and we talked about the offense, but the defense is really tremendous for this Wildcats team.
Yeah, they came out in that full court pressure and really rattled the Columbia Lions. It seemed like anytime Columbia maybe got away a little bit, well, here came another Colton player, and just really was all over the place. It almost seemed like there was 6 or 7 players on defense at one time.
Let's go back over to Katie now. She's got another guest for us.
Thanks so much, Don. I am here with the star of the show, Haley. Now, what does this feel like? 4 consecutive titles.
It's great. We worked so hard the entire year, and it all came down to this, and we pulled through, and it's a really great feeling.
Are you going to miss this?
Very much. Especially playing with we've been playing since we were really young all together, and it's going to be really tough, but it's a great note to end on.
So when you guys first started as freshmen, kind of walk us through that. Did you ever think that this was going to be possible?
Never dreamed of it. It's a dream come true. It really is. I've had a great time, and it's great to end on this.
What's it like to play with your little sister, Jenna?
It's so great. She kicks my butt every day at practice, and we make each other better.
You guys have an incredible charisma.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I bet, is it going to be fun watching her?
Yeah, it's so much fun. She's already better than me, so I'll come back every few years. Have another younger one, too, so.
Well, congratulations. 22 points. That's an awesome feat.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. John?
It's funny how the siblings can make each other better, you know, and if you're playing basketball and you have somebody to play against and you both have the passion for it, you can see how these two sisters are so successful. Haley with 21 points tonight, Jenna with 15.
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at it, I've got a younger sister too, and not afraid of each other. And if you're the older sister, you don't want to lose to the younger sister, and if you're the younger sister, you want to you show up your older sister. So it's a great way to get better for both sisters.
So Colton celebrating a 4th straight state title, and I mean, we heard Katie talking about it, and it is just amazing. When you start as a freshman, I don't think you expect to go your whole high school career without winning a state championship. It's not that easy. I mean,
no, yeah, usually you're hoping just for one or a chance at it, you know, and to get 4 in a row, that's just so impressive.
Yeah, it's an incredible accomplishment. Let's go back to Katie.
So much. Here I am with Jenna, the younger sister. Now, what's it like to play with Haley?
Playing with Haley is awesome. We've played together since I was in 2nd grade and she was in 4th grade, and for me to play with her in the state championship and for her to get a fourth time is just awesome. I'm so happy for her, and I'm just glad that we got to play together.
You guys look so comfortable. I mean, you do not look like a sophomore out there. What's it like playing out on this team?
It is unbelievable. We have great chemistry. We all love playing with each other. We're just like a big family.
Now, Haley said that you were actually better than her. What do you think about that?
There's a lot of crap that goes around like that. Well, we do obviously live together, so yeah, we're really competitive, and we like to go at it with each other. We do play one-on-one after practice all the time, and it gets competitive, but we love each other.
What's it going to be like being on the court without her? Have you ever done that before?
Well, you know, actually, I do. I played junior high without her, but I have a younger sister who's in 8th grade right now. She'll be a freshman next year. Her name's Zoe, so I'll play with her then too, so I'll never be without a sister.
Perfect. We'll have so much fun. Congratulations.
Looking forward to seeing Zoe on the court coming up soon. This Colton Wildcats team and another amazing season here as they finish with another state championship. The Colton girls, the state 1B girls champions. The ACH boys, the state 1B boys champions. Reardon is the state 2B girls champions, and Colfax, the state 2B boys champions here at the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. It has been an awesome 3 days of basketball here at the arena. We hope you enjoyed our coverage here on SWX. It has been our pleasure to bring it to you here this year. For Stephanie Freeman and everybody in the SWX trucks, thanks so much for watching state championship basketball. Until next time, have a good night.